Hi, everybody. So I was asked to be one of the people that shares their testimony of what Briercrest has meant to them tonight. And unsurprisingly, to begin, I would like to read a poem. It's from Ecclesiastes 3. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Ooh, already. So I've experienced so many different kinds of times at Briercrest. I've always been familiar with times of weeping and mourning. I've mourned and wept since I was very young, and hopelessness often defined my life. When I came to Briercrest, I was honestly shaking in my boots because I was distant from God, depressed, and 3,000 miles away from home. It wasn't easy. God didn't take away all of my weeping and mourning when I came here. But he did use Briercrest to bring me back to his grace and his mercy in the midst of it. You see, if there's anything I've learned at Briercrest, I think the most important lesson that I've learned was how to come back to God. I've wandered from him more times than I can count in these years, whether it be for days, for weeks, or for months at a time. But God has led me back to himself every time. And he eventually led me to healing and joy as well. I have also had many times of laughter, of dancing, and of embracing here. God has used professors, voice teachers, my peers, dear friends, and so many more people to teach me more about himself every day. He has also granted me the mercy and grace to feel love in my heart and to be given that opportunity to show love to others. It's hard to leave this place and these times. And it's hard to leave them in the past, not knowing what comes in the future. Sorry. It's even harder to leave the people who have been with all of us during these times, good and bad. We've practiced together. We've studied together. We've laughed together. We've cried together. We've fought together. And we've worshiped together. Oh, boy. I don't know what to say to sum up 4 years in 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's impossible. But what I can say is that I go forward in my life with gratitude, with thoughtfulness, and with love.